Welcome back, everyone. It is Thursday, April 3rd, and the MLB, our two favorite picks, are on the way. As always, it's Austin, joined by Logan, and we got to recap how we did yesterday. Back-to-back bad days for us, Logan. 1-3 the last 2 days. Just not what we ordered. Now, yesterday, our exclusive play was Ohtani's over in bases, so that did cash if you're in the DubClub. Congrats. We picked back up some units there. But other three plays we talked about, cake. Twins, White Sox, Nerfy. How long that game get suspended, Logan? Like 3 hours just to see a solo bomb, the only hit in the inning, ruin us. Yankees scored 3 runs. If I told Logan, hey, the Yankees are going to score 3 runs in an inning, I bet you'd be like, all right, I'm feeling good. Nope, they all came in the bottom of the ninth. It's just like they didn't do anything there. Then Ellie De La Cruz gets a double, so cashes over in bases, but does not get the hits, runs, and RBIs. Just one of those days, but guys, it's a long season. Logan and I are going to dial in, and hopefully we can go 2-0 today. As I said, we only got 2 picks. We don't even have a Nerfy, sad face. But hey, we really think our 2 picks, Logan and I could get in the lab, short slate, each find our favorite play of the day, and hopefully it delivers a 2-0 day. We can move on and build some momentum going into a new string of series, mostly starting on Friday. But Logan, you got to pick for the people today, and I think it's a winner, and it's an early start. So we need to set the tempo with a 1-0 start to the day. Where are you going?
Yeah, we got to make up for the last couple of days because that's not us. We're going to turn it around. It starts today with a total that I really do love. And you can see, guys, on my jersey, here in Philadelphia, I'm taking the Rockies and Phillies over 9.5, minus 105 odds on FanDuel. Currently, your best value there. Now, I can give you a million reasons why I love this pick, but I'm going to narrow it down here. We're not going to have a 20-minute video. First 2 games of the series have soared under this line. To cash this, we need favorable weather and favorable pitching. If you're picking a total, those are 2 things you got to look at for sure. We have both of those today. Wind is blowing out at 12 miles per hour, and the weather is warming up today. Like yesterday in Philly, I needed a jacket. It was a little chilly. I can go outside today probably without a jacket, and the wind is a big factor in Citizens Bank Ballpark because when it is blowing out, it is those fly balls do carry, and that ballpark, which is already sort of hitter friendly, turns very hitter friendly. And you guys will see what I mean when I say I like these pitching matchups for an over today. Let's talk about Taijuan Walker, who starts for the Phillies today. He makes his Phillies season debut. Last season, Walker, 7.1 ERA and a 1.72 whip. As a Phillies fan, I was wondering how this guy still has a pitching spot in this rotation. We're going to see today. We're going to see if he worked on anything, improved anything, because last season with men on, he allowed a 297 batting average last season. So pitching out of the stretch, Taijuan Walker simply did not know how to do that last year. I'm going to test it this year. I mean, this is a Rockies offense that, yes, they've underperformed with runners in scoring position, but they're still capable of hitting a bad pitcher like Taijuan Walker. Colorado 19th in batting average with runners in scoring position, but they face a pitcher who gives up very hard, sharp contact, and that turns into extra base hits. Walker was just 3rd percentile in hard hit percentage, 1st percentile in barrel percentage in 2024. His baseball savant index is a case study of a bad pitcher because you'll see every blue circle is like probably top, or it's like 5th percentile or worse. And a lot of those things, it is very bad. So again, this Rockies offense has underperformed here in Philly, but again, they're facing the best possible matchup they can get today. So it's like now or never really for that offense to figure it out. I think they do get some hits and runs up on him. And then on the other side, it's Antonio Senzatella starting for the Rockies. Right now, 0 ERA. You look at that, you're like, okay, so he's pretty solid. 2.54 whip. This is why I say ERA is deceiving. Do not just solely look at ERA. That whip is incredibly high. Why? Because against the Rays in his first start, he gave up 9 hits and 2 walks and 4 1/3 innings pitched. That's not a great start at all. That's just a very lucky start. He's lucky the Rays did not do damage with 9 hits. I don't know how that happened. I just chalk it up to the game, I guess. But if this Phillies team gets 9 hits off of Senzatella, they're going to definitely play a lot of runs. Against the Phillies, tied for 7th in batting average with runners in scoring position at a 286, but 2nd best in OPS with runners in scoring position. So this is an offense that definitely will do some damage today. Trey Turner, my guy, lead off. Trey Turner had 3 hits yesterday. Harper and Turner and Schwarber all have really great splits against Senzatella. Harper and Schwarber have home runs against Senzatella in their careers. So they make him pay for those bad pitches. And then we go to the bullpens. The reason why I'm not taking the first 5 is because I see run opportunities in the bullpen. Rockies 30th in bullpen ERA at an 11.08. The Phillies are 14th in bullpen ERA at a 3.31. When the Rockies bullpen is involved, I think that's enough evidence to just take the full game over. I was sitting this morning just kind of waffling back and forth. Do I want to take the 5.5 in the first 5, or do I want to take the 9.5 full game? I ended up settling on the full game just because that Rockies bullpen is involved. And I swear, when they bring out arms, the next one is somehow worse than the previous one. So hopefully that does work out for us today. Let's get a lot of hits and runs in that game. Let's set the tone early when we're starting with a bounce back over in Citizens Bank Park. Austin, you got a player prop for us. Where are you going?
Yeah, Logan, love the play. I think we get a lot of runs early in that game, and hopefully that sets the tempo for the day and gets us off to a 1-0 start, because my play doesn't start until later on in the day. I'm wearing my Serpientes little shirt jersey, and I got a Diamondback I'm backing, and that's going to be Mr. Corbin Carroll. I'm taking his over 1.5 bases. Now, this is plus 130 on Bet365. I encourage you guys to make sure you line shop, because if you go to FanDuel, you're right around minus 110. Plus 130 to minus 110 is a huge difference. A bunch of other books are on plus 120 or so. I'd rather get there. It's probably what it is on DraftKings. But again, I really like Corbin Carroll today. You could look at his hits, runs, and RBIs, but that's minus 150. I really don't want to get there. If he gets a single and scores and he cashes that minus 150, whatever. But as we saw with Elliot De La Cruz, sometimes the base prop can be the way to go. And hopefully that is the case today for Corbin Carroll. He can cash both of them for all I care. But like Logan talked about, the weather in Philly is blowing out. The weather in Yankee Stadium is also supposed to be blown out. Hence why this total is set to 10. They are expecting a lot of runs there. Yesterday, the wind was blowing in. Today, it is expected to be blowing out at around 10 miles per hour out to right field, where we already have the short porch. We know Corbin Carroll is a lefty, so a lefty going up with wind blowing to the right field. Pretty good for us. If Corbin Carroll can lift the ball in the air, feel pretty good about it, maybe carrying it out of the ballpark. But also, I love backing a guy like Carroll because we know he has the speed. If he gets one that is maybe a questionable, could he get 2 on it? He's going for 2. He's not like a slow guy where it's like, oh, I'll pump the brakes. Let's get on base. Let's keep the line moving. Corbin Carroll, he has the speed. If he puts it down the line, he's getting auto 2 bases. If he puts it in between any of the outfielders, or maybe they're running and getting to it before it hits the wall, he can still get there. So again, we look at a guy like Carroll. He could hit leadoff today. They will be facing the righty, Carlos Carrasco. Carlos Cookie Carrasco. Hopefully he's throwing some straight meatballs over the middle of the plate today. But we've seen Carroll. He historically has hit a lot better versus right-handed pitching, and this season is no different. This season, he's hitting 4 for 12 versus righties. He has, of his 4 hits, 3 of them are extra base hits with a 1.18 OPS. He's been crushing them. And we've seen Carroll had a pretty good spring training, carrying that into regular season. Yesterday, they did face the lefty, Carlos Rodon. He had a 408-foot flyout. Even though it was a lefty, he hit a monster shot. But as I said, the wind was carrying it in, and it was a home run in 14 ballparks. Yankee Stadium was not one of the 14, which is tough. But we saw in Carrasco's first start with the Yankees, he completely got rid of his slider to lefties, which is probably pretty good because it's not the best pitch for Carroll. But if you look at the other pitches, a 4-seamer, a sinker, and a changeup this season, Carroll against right-handed pitching, he has an extra base hit against a 4-seamer, against the sinker, and against the changeup. So again, he's been crushing them. Last year, he didn't do as well against the 4-seamer, but he was pretty banged up last year until the end of the year. He absolutely crushes the sinker. So if Carrasco wants to throw some sinkers, I would appreciate it. But again, with an over-under set at 10, for a guy that I expect to be batting potentially leadoff tonight, I really think this is a great spot to back Corbin Carroll. If we can we should automatically, unless he doesn't play, get 4 plate appearances, given he's probably batting 1 or 2, likely first. And there's a chance that the D-backs offense can show up, which they've been doing pretty well outside of, really after the second inning yesterday, they didn't do anything. But against Carrasco, against the Yankees bullpen, I think they'll have plenty of base runners, and there's a chance to get up 5 times. If he gets up 5 times, take my chances with the wind blowing out with an over-under at 10. We'll ride with Mr. Corbin Carroll. I think he can get us 2+ bases today. Logan, I know we don't have any nerfies today, and that's sad. But is there any other things and other games that you looked at before we sign out of here? I can talk about some other things too.
Yeah, I'm kind of have the slate pulled up. An interesting game, I think, is that Reds Brewers game. If I were to kind of mess with an under on the slate, or potentially even nerfy, I think that one is a lower scoring, maybe nerfy type game. Again, I don't really want to force a nerfy in that one, but Lodolo is a very good pitcher. He's got great strikeout stuff. And Nestor Cortez, that was just a classic game. There was a home run derby from Nestor Cortez, but that was a very hot Yankees lineup. and he will pitch better at home against a Reds team that we can attest yesterday. I mean, how bad was this team? They couldn't even reach on base, right, against Jack Leiter. So I think that's definitely an under type game. Red Sox Orioles. I think if I were to side with that one, I think I'd go Orioles as well on the money line. Mostly like a Tanner Houck fade in that one.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with you. Another prop I did look at was Nick Lodolo's under and outs. The Brewers, I know they haven't been great this season, but they are normally a pesky team at running up pitch counts. Yesterday, I was trying to pull up Cole Reagan's stat line, another lefty. He went out there, he got 10 strikeouts, but only made it 5 innings pitched, and he only gave up 1 earned run. I could see them maybe doing some more damage to Lodolo. Also, he is a guy that was dealing with a lot of injuries last year, so really don't feel like a guy that the Reds are just going to pump out there and be like, hey, we need 6 out of you. So if he gets in any trouble, I could see that cash, and his line is at 17.5 minus 125. But Logan and I are going to stick to our 2 picks. Rockies, Phillies over, Corbin Carroll's over in bases. And if hopefully it's a 2-0 day, we can keep that momentum going into tomorrow's slate, where Nerfy Nation will see its return. So don't worry, the flags are at half staff today, but they return tomorrow in full-fledged. We'll see you guys back again in the next one. It's Austin Logan. We're signing out. Peace.